Hey everyone, my name's Nathan Pay and welcome to another episode of Blu Ocean Crypto. Today I've got a really fun game to introduce you all to called Sunflower Land, and I've been playing this pretty much nonstop for the last couple weeks. Anyone who knows me knows I've got a thing for farm games, but I was surprised I didn't know about this one until recently, and I dove straight in. At this point, we've got most of the NFTs, I'm logging in every day, and I'm just really impressed with the project overall. So I wanted to give you guys kind of a brief introduction today. We're just going to take a look at the website, take a look at their OpenSea, talk a little bit about, just how their community is and their team, and I'm also going to show you guys some stats. So just kind of jumping right into it, you can kind of see here, it's talking about how you can farm, gather, cook, raise animals, fish, craft, and trade your NFTs in this RPG-based farming simulator. I don't know what it is with these 2D pixel art games, but they're just so freaking cute and a lot of fun to play. There's also a really cool aspect of why they're doing that, because it allows people to create art in their community for assets that they then bring into the game. So it kind of allows this collaboration between the community and the team, which is really awesome. It talks about play to own, how there's over 200 in-game tokens and NFTs on the Polygon blockchain that you can trade. All the resources is what they're talking about, and then of course there's things that are a little bit more specific. Really, you can go to OpenSea to see all those, and I'll show you what that looks like here in a little bit. Talks about building your Bumpkin NFT, which is coming soon. You're going to be able to evolve to discover rare items. No more boring JPEGs. The NFT updates in real time as you level up, craft new clothing, and discover rare items. This isn't in yet, but it's going to be pretty cool when we do see this. They talk about crafting rare items, how you can share it online in your community, and there's going to be in-game boosts. It's going to be really cool to see this once they have it implemented, but even still, the game is super fun right now, and a lot of it is just able to be played now. It's not kind of super early alpha access is what it feels like. It feels like a full game, even though I know there's still so much more they plan on doing. So, talks about starting your adventure. Like I said, we're going to do a deep dive on their game docs or the white paper another time. This is just kind of a brief introduction, but this does a good kind of job at summarizing. Talks about planting and harvesting crops, right? So from humble sunflowers to hardy radishes, you can plant a range of seeds. And it's really interesting because there's different supply and demand pressures that are constantly going on in the game. So it might make more sense to make carrots when there's a special event going on where everyone needs carrots so that you can sell them. Or maybe you just want to stockpile all the different resources. It's up to you. Or maybe you need wheat for your chickens. Talks about chopping wood, mining rocks, and crafting rare items. You can grow chickens and harvest eggs, like I mentioned. Talks about the Goblin Village, where you can visit the Goblin Village for a range of on-chain gameplay, including trading, deliveries, liquidity, and rare NFTs. It's really cool. They kind of have this two separate maps, the Goblin Village and then your main farm, basically on-chain and off-chain. And I really like how they did that. I'll show you guys an example near the end of the video as well, so make sure you stay. And then talks about fishing. This isn't in yet. And then, of course, land expansion. And actually, they did kind of a sneak peek on their Twitch just a little while ago of that land expansion. I'm super excited for that because it looks like we're going to be able to plant more crops and grow more stuff. And then, of course, I'm sure there's a lot of other things that we're not aware of that they're adding in there. So really stoked for that. And here's the thing that really made me fall in love with this project. Like, yes, I love farm simulators. Yes, I love play-to-earn games. But this team is amazing. They're super communicative. They're always active on their Discord. They stream on their Twitch. They're just doing everything right, in my opinion, when it comes to PR, community, and especially Steve Woody there. He's an all-star. He's constantly doing announcements and updates, seems like every day. I know sometimes obviously he needs to take some time off too, and I'm sure it's not every day, but just with how active they are, it's really blown me away. And I feel like a lot of other projects could really take a lesson from just how active these guys are with their community. When we went from the bull to the bear market, a lot of projects got a little quiet. That actually caused a lot of FUD. These guys have been really on top of things the whole time, and they're always doing new events, which, like I said, creates buy and sell pressure on the different resources. And it's just really awesome to see this. You know, we research tons of different play to earn projects every single week because we're a game guild. You know, it's not just me as a single individual. We have a dedicated research team and a dedicated gaming division. And like I said, we're just super impressed with these guys and everything they're doing. So hats off and kudos to you if any of you are actually watching this, but we're definitely impressed. And I'm also just having a ton of fun playing the game, which is really important too. So it talks about how to get started. You know, you're going to need a land NFT. You create a wallet, you fund it, you mint an account and play. Now there is a limited amount of land that's accessible, and sometimes they will add more. And you know, it's not like general land in most games where there's a huge value. So it's actually good that they make more so more people can get in. Definitely go to their Discord to find out more information about that, so you're making sure that you're doing everything properly. And then what I wanted to show you guys is just some of their platforms that they're on here quickly. I mean, look how cute that land looks. I love the art with that. But over on OpenSea, this is where their collection is, and it's really cool because OpenSea just removed the min requirements. So now you can actually list and sell all of the different resources regardless of the price and the totality. Before, you couldn't really do that. Actually, let me zoom out a little bit here, make it a little easier. It was fine kind of buying a lot of the NFTs, things that impact your farm. You know, if you wanted to buy the Wicker Man or maybe the Goblin Crown or the Tunnel Mole, but now you can actually buy all the resources too, which is really sweet. And of course, if we just take a look at the activity here, things have been pretty healthy for them over a while, and lots of people are purchasing all of the resources, which is cool. And that's kind of why we see that there. You know, I wouldn't worry about that dip. It's really just because people are purchasing the low quantity items now, and OpenSea shows the average floor price. So basically, this is when OpenSea allowed the min requirements to be removed. So of course the floor price is going to go down because now people can buy the resources for the, 8 cents or 5 cents or something like that. So make sure you understand that key point. There's actually a lot of trade volume going on here, and you can see 959 just in the last 90 days, which is great for the market today considering. And yeah, just awesome that OpenSea finally fixed that for them too. So now we can buy all these resources on here. I still tend to do it in their Discord. There's a buying and selling channel where you can kind of list up your items that you want to move. I kind of like the community aspect to that, but it is cool being able to be here on OpenSea. Of course, make sure you follow them on Twitter. They're really active in here. Lots of great stuff going on. It's always nice to see, like, look, they literally just posted 59 minutes ago. They recently did a thing with Crypto Stash. They're always keeping their community up to date about anything going on. It's just really great to see how active they are, like I said. But this is the thing that I enjoy a lot. They're very much so on top of streaming, community interaction, live updates, letting people know what's going on. I think this is a great way for projects to just really reach out to their community. It's great to have a little video here and there and a little tutorial and announcements in Discord, but this way we get to see who the creators are, we get to learn a little bit about them, we get to see their passion, and once again, I'm just really impressed with everything that they're doing here and kind of how community centered they really are with their project. So it's great, make sure that you guys follow them on Twitch. You can stay up to date. And of course, once you get involved in the project, it's always exciting hearing from these guys kind of what's coming up. Now let's take a quick look at DApp Raider, and then I will show you a sneak peek at gameplay, even though I really want to cover that in another video. I'll just kind of give you a little teaser. But taking a look at DApp Raider, like these right now, they're number 4 on Polygon. They were number 1 for a while, and they kind of rotate a little bit, but they're 18 in games and 34 in general. Those are great stats, honestly. Really nice to see. Just kind of doing, let's say, a 30-day average. We've got about 70,000 users. There's 318,000 transactions. Their volume is about 35,000. And this is normal, guys, for this type of market, but it's actually great to see these numbers. When I say normal, I mean some of the red that we're seeing here. But even if we look at a 24-hour period, we can actually see quite a big boost. Just in one day, we've had quite a few more users, more transactions, more volume. And this is good, right? It shows that they're trucking along. There's still a lot of transactions, there's still a lot of new users coming in, and there's still decent volume happening. Now, of course, when you're buying and selling resources for pennies to the dollar, it's not the same as selling like $5,000 land NFTs. that's not the point. What I really love is the economy that they built here, and the buying and selling aspect it's really phenomenal. You know, for our farm, my farm in particular, you know, I like to stockpile resources, but you actually don't want to do that because the goblins can come and take some of your excess if you get too hoardy. So it's what I'm constantly trying to manage is making sure that I'm selling my access back to the community at a fair price, and that's paying for the farm to operate. You know, I'm really sustainable, I guess you could say, which is a main goal that we look for in a lot of play to earn projects. Can you produce enough resources to offset the cost based on the demand and the economy? And this game just does such an awesome job at that. So quick little teaser, jumping right over to the game. I'll show you guys what it's like. Here's my farm, and there's actually a special war event going on right now, which is really cool. But there's a lot to kind of, when you first get in here, to figure out. But you've got your crops, you know, that I can plant here. Of course, you kind of have to unlock these in the beginning. You don't have them all at first. You've got your chickens. They're going to be adding in all kinds of different animals too. Like you can see, there's cows, there's going to be pigs, there's going to be sheep. You know, we have to kind of mine our iron, mine our stone. You know, every day there's certain timers, and the timers differ. Like, for example, the gold up here. Oops. Let's just close that. The gold up here is a 24-hour timer. So, you know, it says right now here we've got about 6 hours left before we can, you know, worry about that. There's some NFTs like the Wicker Man here. I've got one of the rare. This was pretty cool actually to get. It took me a little while. There's kitchen, like we can craft a bunch of things. There's a shop. This is where we'll buy seeds that we basically want to plant. There's also a home where you can level up your farming and your tools. Like I said, I don't want to go into this too deep right now because I really want to show you guys kind of the gameplay in another video, but I will show you this Goblin village aspect, which I thought was super cool, which is the on-chain stuff, right? So this is where the bank is, you know, if we want to withdraw or deposit things, whether it be tokens or NFTs. There's also Wishing Well. If we provide liquidity, we can get some back from that. This is also where we'll buy a lot of the NFTs. You know, you can kind of see which ones you want, which ones you have. And then, of course, you can craft over here. And then, of course, there's the trade, you know, where you can list different things. And, it looks like actually my top item sold, so that was nice. So just kind of a quick little teaser. Like I said, I'll give you guys a more in-depth rundown of their white paper, or game docs, as they're calling it. And then, of course, the actual gameplay, how to manage the farm, and we'll also take a look at what it's like getting started. So if you like this video, make sure to smash that like button. This really helps the YouTube algorithm show this content to other people who are interested, and we want to get as many people on board and play to earn as possible. We've got a lot of work to do to get all those Web 2 gamers over here. So that's the least we can ask for you, and it also shows us that you guys appreciate the work that we're doing here, because we want to keep having all these awesome videos coming to you at a rapid fire rate. And of course, subscribe to our channel. That really makes a big difference too. And lastly, hit that bell notification to stay up to date. Okay guys, thanks so much for your time today. I appreciate it. Cheers.